Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salamu ala ashrafil anbiya wal mursaleen wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain. My dear brothers and sisters, I remind myself and you that Ramadan al-Kareem is not only about fasting in terms of abstaining from food and drink and so on. Ramadan al-Kareem is about changing our entire attitude to life. It's about becoming positive people. It is about becoming compassionate people. It is about becoming noble people. It's about becoming moral people. It's not only about being hungry and thirsty. Ramadan al-Kareem is about controlling our tongues. Rasulullah ﷺ specifically mentioned this, and he said that the maximum number of people will enter Jahannam. The maximum number of people will enter the hellfire in order to harvest the crop of their tongues. He said the maximum number of people will enter the hellfire in order to harvest the crop of their tongues. So just think about that. How important that warning is. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, I will guarantee you Jannah if you guarantee me two things. The Sahaba asked him, Ya Rasulullah, what are those two things? He said, that which is between your jaws, which means the tongue. And he said, that which is between your legs, which means being chaste and not being in adulterous relationships. Now, the point is that Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam also mentioned, he said, Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala does not need your hunger and thirst if you cannot control your tongues. Meaning that Allah does not need anything from us anyway. The purpose of fasting is to enable us to change our lives. So I remind myself and you, let us guard our tongues from everything which is not directly pleasing to Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala. There are two kinds of things we do. One is absolute evil, which is backbiting and slandering and telling lies and so on and so forth, deception. This is totally and completely haram. But what we should also guard ourselves against is things which are really may not be haram, but they are a waste of time. For example, all the sort of discussions we have, useless discussions on sometimes conflicting masail, on various political issues which we have no control over, and we waste a lot of time and energy talking about that stuff when otherwise our tongues could have been engaged in the zikr of Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala. Remember, there are 10 hasanat for every letter of the Quran that you recite. So spend your time and keep your tongue moist with the dhikr of Allah. Spend your time in remembrance of Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala. If there is anything essential and useful that you need to speak, speak. Otherwise, remain silent. Wa sallallahu ala nabiyil kareem wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain bi rahmatika.